Good morning, I'm Lauren Osborne. Today's Saturday, April 30th. Let's check in with meteorologist Arden Gregory for a look at your forecast this morning. I don't think today's going to be a great day to be outside. I think everyone needs to stay inside.
You're pretty on point there. Actually, the whole weekend not looking great. We have a very active weekend ahead of us as far as the weather is concerned, but that means we will see various different rounds of showers as well as storms, and some of them might even be severe. This morning, though, we are mostly dry. We've had a few showers move across eastern Kentucky very early this morning, but most of the rain is staying to our north or off to our west. You can see there's a very large system off to our west there. That is what's going to be making its way toward us later on today. As I mentioned, most of eastern Kentucky fairly dry at this time. Again, you can see we have a few showers off to the north and east along the West Virginia state line, but most of us are dry this morning, but we won't stay that way very long. Current temperatures, though, we are starting out rather mild this morning. Temperatures in the mid to upper 50s across most of eastern Kentucky. A couple places even breaking the 60-degree mark at this time. As we go through the rest of your day, temperatures are going to warm up a little bit, topping out in the low to mid 70s. But as I mentioned, we will have that rain to contend with. Few showers this morning, but those rain chances do increase as we head into the afternoon and evening hours. And later on today, we might even see some strong or severe storms, and I'll break all of that down for you in the full forecast a little later.
Arden, thank you. At least one person suffered serious injuries in a car crash in Johnson County. The wreck happened around 8:45 last night on US 23 near Wiley Branch Road, close to the Lawrence County line. This is video we received from the scene. The Johnson County sheriffs tell us at least one person was seriously hurt and had to be airlifted. Investigators have not said how many people were involved in the crash or released any names. We will continue to gather details and keep you updated on WYMT and WYMT.com. A Laurel County man faces charges. Police say he crashed his Jeep while driving drunk. The wreck happened Thursday afternoon on Highway 472 near London. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office says 56-year-old Robert Bundy lost control of the Jeep and it ended up on its side down an embankment. Deputies say Bundy was flown to UK hospital and his passenger was taken to a London hospital. They say Bundy admitted drinking 14 beers before the crash. He's still in the hospital but faces DUI charges and having no operator's license. Well, back to his old tricks. Ever wonder if people taking up donations are legitimate? Well, this story might cause you to err on the side of caution. Investigators in Letcher County believe this man, Monroe Jackson, is going around acting like a supporter of veterans. But they say it's all an attempt to scam you out of hard-earned cash. I spoke with officials in Letcher County and employees of a gas station that say Monroe Jackson is visiting businesses around the area asking for money. Employees who spoke with Jackson say he's very convincing. Scamming people in the name of veterans. Police say this man, Monroe Jackson, claims he is affiliated with Veterans Affairs, taking up money for disabled veterans in Letcher County.
I had a lady that had a business that called me and asked me, was it legit for that he come and asked her for a donation? And I explained to her that I'm the commander of the VFW here, and I'm the secretary of the museum here, and I know the ones that's commanders of the American Legions. And none of us knows anything about anybody taking up money.
These are surveillance pictures investigators say shows Jackson walking in and out of the marathon in Isom. It's just one of many places they say he tried to hit up.
But the more investigating you do, you find that he's been in other areas as well as Pike County and Letcher County.
Since Monday, 6 businesses alone have called the sheriff's department with complaints. You can see his Navy hat and a lanyard around his neck that says Veterans Affairs, making it a convincing pitch. Police say Jackson also took aim at victims in Pike County during the fall. In this November interview, he admitted to being a scammer and shows no remorse.
No, not really.
But police say they do not know of anyone Jackson has actually helped. Jackson is still under indictment in Pike County. Police ask that if he comes into your business, to call them right away. A traffic stop Thursday night turned into a drug bust. Deputies say Ricky Smith was stopped by police after crossing out of his lane while traveling on Kentucky 1119. Smith was given a sobriety test and was found not to be under the influence. However, a needle was seen lying on the floorboard of Smith's car, and after a search, deputies found meth and more drug paraphernalia. Deputies also recovered more than $4,000 cash from Smith. Deputies also arrested Smith's passenger, 35-year-old Jerry Smith, on a warrant for failure to appear on charges of assault and harassing communications. Both men were taken to the Whitley County Detention Center. A bizarre arrest in Bell County, where Middlesboro police say they busted a man with drugs tied to his genitals. Frank Morton faces drug trafficking charges. Investigators say when they stopped Morton's truck, they found him with more than 30 grams of heroin. In Letcher County, alcoholic beverage control officials busted a bootlegging operation they spent a month investigating in the Kona community. On Thursday, investigators say they found a moonshine still belonging to Patrick Collier. He faces numerous charges related to illegally making alcoholic beverages. Next week, the grandparents of a Harlan County child will answer to wanton endangerment and endangering the welfare of a minor charges. Investigators say Fred and Sherry Jones gave their grandchild a sleeping pill. Pike County will soon offer a needle exchange program. This comes as a CDC report found numerous eastern Kentucky counties are in some of the likeliest in the nation for an HIV outbreak. WYMT's Alex Casper-Peak talked to health officials and a former addict about the concern.
You can still see the holes in your arm.
Some addicts choose to smoke or snort drugs, but health officials are worried about addicts who shoot up.
This area is increasing, the numbers of hepatitis C.
They blame needle sharing for increased disease rates.
It's real common because you don't care once you get to that point. It don't matter who you hurt or what you do, you just don't care.
Robert Caldwell, a former addict, says he didn't share syringes, but
I do know of one of my dear friends, real good guy, caught hepatitis from sharing needles with somebody else.
Dr. Raphael Rangel, shocked by the statistics, is starting a needle exchange program in Pike County. He says the program's intent isn't to enable drug use, but stop the spread of serious diseases and save the county money.
One syringe costs 97 cents, and to treat one patient costs $97,000.
Caldwell hopes others will use the program to recover.
Change it out, that way our kids don't have to suffer from having this problem.
Officials say the exchange will be confidential. In Pike County, Alex Casper-Peak, WYMT Mountain News.
Dr. Rangel is working out the details now and hopes to have the program up and running by July 1st. Yesterday, Kentucky State Police detectives taught the community a little bit about what they do. Folks gathered at the Floyd County Library, where troopers explained fingerprinting, blood spatter analysis, and trajectory, and even showed them their crime scene response vehicle.
It's a good way for us to become involved with the community, to show them an example of the things that we do on crime scenes and to relate to the community.
Several children attended the class and learned more about Trooper Island. A dangerous curve in Pike County will soon be safer for drivers. About 1 month ago, crews began work on rerouting the Millard Curve. They are currently drilling into the mountain near the road and plan to start blasting once the school year ends. Drivers will use a diversion road while the curve is under construction.
We've completed this diversion road. This was built for when future blasting occurs. It's getting traffic away from the road and also helping out when we're moving some of the earth.
Officials expect construction to take another 6 months. We're just a few weeks away from the presidential primary in Kentucky, and Democratic candidates are working to gather votes in the region. Bernie Sanders visited Huntington, West Virginia earlier this week, and Hillary Clinton announced yesterday she's visiting Ashland next Monday.
Senator Sanders visited the Mountain State earlier this week, bringing a large crowd to the Big Sandy Superstore arena. During his 1-hour speech, the senator focused on veterans' college tuition and the economy.
The fight that we are waging is not an easy fight. but I know you are prepared to wage that fight against the 1%, against the billionaire class.
Friday in Lexington, the Hillary Clinton campaign headquarters officially opened. Former Governor Martha Lane Collins and Allison Lundergan Grimes helped kick off the proceedings.
If you want someone in Portland that will fight to make sure we continue to move voting rights forward, let me hear you say, Hill, yes?
Clinton's daughter Chelsea also attended the event.
I think there is so much at stake in this election. And I think we need someone who is a problem solver. We need someone who knows how to make progress.
Clinton hasn't announced exactly where or what time she'll stop in Ashland.
Coming up on Mountain News this morning, many say his leadership helped paint a better picture of Eastern Kentucky. We'll tell you the award Jordan Smith received Thursday night. And later in sports, night number 2 of the NFL Draft, the Eastern Kentucky Colonels have a player drafted for the first time in nearly a decade.
And we have an active weekend ahead of us weather-wise. I'll break it all down for you in the full forecast next.